Good day, learners. Welcome to our day one. How size and shape affect the movement of objects. Roll or stay. What do you think will happen if I push the ball? What about the book or box? Which object rolled easily? Which one didn't move much? Today, we will learn how the size and shape of an object affect how it moves. How objects move. Objects move differently depending on their size and shape. Round objects like balls roll easily because they are curved. Flat objects like boxes or books slide instead of rolling. Smaller objects are usually easier to move than big ones. Different objects and how they move. Object, ball. Shape, round. Movement, rolls easily. Box. Shape, flat sides. Movement, slides. Toy car. Shape, round wheels. Movement, rolls. Book. Shape, flat. Movement, slides or stays. Paper, airplane. Shape, pointed shape. Movement, flies through air. Mia's rolling race. One afternoon, Mia and her friends played a rolling race. Mia rolled a small ball, Ben rolled a big ball, and Anna pushed a box. The small ball rolled very fast, the big ball rolled slowly, and the box didn't roll at all. It just slid a little. Mia shouted, "The small ball won!" Their teacher explained, the size and shape of an object affect how it moves. Round and small objects roll faster than big or flat ones. What did Mia and her friends play? Which object rolled the fastest? What happened to the box when Anna pushed it? What did their teacher explain about movement? The size and shape of an object affects how it moves. Round and small objects move easily, while big or flat ones move slowly or slide. Let's try this. Choose the correct answer. Write the letter of your answer. Which of the following objects can roll easily? What happens when you push a flat object like a book? Which moves faster, a small ball or a big ball? Why can a toy car move easily? What affects the movement of objects? Let's try this. Roll or slide. Always remember, round and small objects roll easily. Flat or large objects slide or stay still. The size and shape of an object affects how it moves. Welcome to our day 2. How surface texture affects movement. Fast or slow? What will happen if I roll the car on the smooth floor? What will happen if I roll it on the rough surface? Which surface made the car move faster? Which one made it move slower? Today, we'll find out how the texture or feel of a surface, whether it's smooth or rough, affects how an object moves. What is a texture of a surface? The texture of a surface is how it feels, smooth or rough. Smooth surfaces like tiles, tables, or floors let objects move faster because there's less friction. Rough surfaces like rugs, sandpaper, or the ground make objects move slower because there's more friction. The rougher the surface, the harder it is for an object to move. The smoother the surface, the easier it moves. Lito's rolling race. One sunny afternoon, Lito wanted to test his new toy car. He rolled it on the smooth floor and it zoomed across the room. Then he tried it on the rug, but it stopped quickly. Next, he placed it on sandpaper, and it barely moved. Lito asked, "Why does my car move differently on each surface?" His sister replied, "Because the surface affects how things move. Smooth ones help things go fast, while rough ones slow them down." Lito smiled and said, "Now I know where to play, on the smooth floor." What did Lito play with? Where did the toy car move the fastest? What happened when Lito rolled the car on the rug? Why did the car stop quickly on rough surfaces? What did Lito learn at the end of the story? Let's try this. Choose the correct answer. Write the letter of your answer. Which surface helps a toy car move faster? What happens when you push a ball on a rough surface? Why do objects move slower on rough surfaces? Which of the following is a smooth surface? What affects how an object moves? Test the track. Always remember, texture means how a surface feels, smooth or rough. Smooth surfaces make objects move faster. Rough surfaces make objects move slower. Welcome to our day 3. How the heaviness of an object affects its movement. Which one moves fast? What do you think will happen if we roll both balls at the same time? Which ball rolled faster? Which one stopped first? Today, we will learn how the heaviness of an object affects how it moves. Objects can be light or heavy. The heavier the object, the harder it is to move or stop. The lighter the object, the easier it is to move or roll. Object, feather. Weight, light. Movement, moves easily. Ball, weight, medium. Movement, moves normally. Rock, weight, heavy. Movement, hard to move. Heaviness affects how fast and how far an object moves. The lighter moves easily. The heavier, harder to move. Tina's toy race. Tina and her brother Carlo wanted to race their toy cars. Tina's car was light, while Carlo put coins inside his car to make it heavier. They pushed their cars on the same track. Tina's car zoomed fast and reached the finish line first. Carlo's heavy car moved slowly and stopped halfway. Carlo asked, "Why did your car move faster?" Tina smiled and said, "Because mine is lighter. Heavy objects move slower." They both laughed and agreed that next time they'd race fair and square. Who are the characters in the story? What did Tina and Carlo race? Why did Tina's car move faster? What happened to Carlo's car when it was heavier? What lesson did they learn? Let's try this. Choose the correct answer. Write the letter of your answer. Which of the following moves faster when pushed? What happens when you push a heavy object? Which of the following is light? Why did Tina's toy car move faster in the story? The heaviness of an object affects its blank. Push it. Always remember, heaviness means how heavy an object is. Light objects move easily and faster. Heavy objects move slowly and are harder to push. Welcome to our day 4. Position of an object in relation to another. Where is it? Where is the ball? The ball is beside the chair. Where is the ball? The ball is on top of the chair. Where is the ball? The ball is under the chair. Great job! We use words like in front of, behind, besides, under, and on top of to tell the position of objects. Today, we will learn how to describe where an object is in relation to another object or to ourselves. What is a position? Position means where something is placed. We can describe an object's position by using position words such as the ball is in front of the chair. The bag is behind the door. The cat is beside the box. The book is on the top of the table. The shoes are under the bed. When we describe where things are, we are describing their position or location. Rena's missing toy. Rena was looking for her favorite toy bear. She looked under the bed, but it wasn't there. She checked on top of the table, but it was not there either. Then she saw something brown behind the curtain. It was her toy bear. She smiled and said, "You were hiding behind the curtain all along." Who was looking for her toy bear? Where did Rena look first? Where did she find her toy bear? What words did we use to describe where Rena looked? What do these words tell us about an object's position? The position of an object tells where it is in relation to another object or to ourselves. Let's try this. Choose the correct answer. The cat is blank the chair. The balls is blank the box. The book is blank the table. The door is blank the teacher. Which sentence is correct? Let's try this. Draw and describe. Always remember, position tells where an object is. We use position words like in front of, behind, beside, on top of, under. Knowing positions helps us give directions and find things easily. Thank you for watching. Till our next science lesson. Goodbye.